Yesterday I was driving in a suburb I wasn't that familiar with. I had to turn left onto a motorway on-ramp and I was on the left of the road, and as I came up to this turn there was a large truck parked half on the footpath and half on the road, obscuring the sign to the motorway and obscuring the turn itself. So I couldn't see the turn, and I actually had to go on the other side of the road because this truck was so large to move around this truck right before taking the turn. And of course there's an even bigger truck heading down towards me that wants to take the same turn that I'm taking. Now in New Zealand, I'd normally have right of way because I was on the left and it's a left turn. But at this intersection, the truck is given right of way and I'm on a give way. But if the truck driver wasn't familiar with this turn, he wouldn't have known that. And this might have been the case because he slowed down and I slowed down. So we're at an impasse, not sure what to do. Now I could see the turn now, but now I had this truck to deal with. And often in this situation, you think, okay, he's got right of way, but I can still make this turn because that's a truck and trucks are slow. So he's given me right of way, so I'll just take the turn. But unbeknownst to me, as I took this turn, a car in the fraction of time that I had hesitated had driven up behind me, and I hadn't seen it because all my attention was on what was happening ahead of me. And it had decided, the driver of this car had decided to turn left behind me, right as I decided to turn left. So we both turned left at the same time onto this motorway on-ramp. And this driver, a woman in a silver car, blasted me with her horn. She was obviously quite irate. It wasn't really that big a drama. All she had to do was slow down for a fraction. But she blasted me with the horn, and I could hear her yelling at me from inside my car with my windows up. She overtook me and proceeded to yell at me as she drove past. She shook her fist and there might have been a finger involved, and then took off down the motorway at top speed. Normally in such instances, my first reaction is to feel a bubble of annoyance, irritation and anger welling up within me. But what would normally happen is that the anger would well up and this higher, would-be higher virtuous part of my personality would get into a tussle with it, eventually pushing it back into the jar where it belonged. But the anger wouldn't go away. It would be grumbling and mumbling in the background whilst my higher self, so to speak, would be telling it to be quiet and that we're not like that. Kind of a bit like this.
What did you let her get away for? We should have waved down a fist or beat the horn at least or something. We isn't like that anymore. We is a good, kind person. Get back in your jar. Get back.
But there was none of that. As this woman drove past me, there was no anger suppression, just complete understanding of this person, the pain that she had in her life, the anger she felt in her body, that she would have to express it in this way. And with that, I understood that this was a cry for help and a petition for healing. And so I just naturally dropped down into my ho'oponopono cleaning method. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And as she blitzed off into the distance, I threw in an emotional blessing towards this person. Have a wonderful day. Have a safe journey. And that's the first time ever in my life that I've not had an angry emotional response within to someone blasting me with their horn. So it works. Ho'oponopono cleaning, or any method you take on in your life to evolve yourself at the conscious level so you move towards a more loving and peaceful way of being. It shapes us down at the level of our autonomy, meaning that our first instinct is more often the right instinct. We're on a good path, it seems. So if you find yourself in the car today, have a wonderful journey, and thank you for watching.